what the actual That's right. That's right. The Pittsburgh Steelers are talking to the Dolphins about trading for Juno Smith, the tight end. I thought it was clickbait. Literally thought it was clickbait. Seemed like a little tagline, and it was one of those, just somebody. And don't get me wrong, I get it. You know, a lot of people that make these scenarios of, well, hey, if we traded this person or that person and got this person, you know, it's just scenario stuff. I thought that's what it was. I don't know what I was thinking because it's the Miami Dolphins. Of course, it's not clickbait. What are they doing? Juno Smith just broke every Dolphins tight end record there was last year. Has literally come out and said, I want to be a Miami Dolphin. He wants to be rewarded. I mean, I don't know why anybody would want to be rewarded for doing a good job. But apparently, the Dolphins don't get that message because we're going to look at this and it continues over and over and over. When you have a good player and they play above their contract. Now, before anybody comes at me, I get it. I know there's a lot of people that said, well, we paid you this money for you to do this. And they should honor the contract. Fine, I understand that. But that's not how contracts work. They are paying you for what they think you can do. So it's like if you're at your job and if you're doing the bare minimum, then that is your job. Is the minimum of what that job is. He went above and beyond. And it's not like, oh, I want, $7 million a year. And no, we're talking like $4 million for a couple extra years. Extend him. I mean, they should extend him because he was our offense last year. Sure as heck wasn't Tyreek Hill. Mr. Thumbs, I got it. He broke his wrist. I got it. He had surgery. Just saying. He just got like a huge contract extension. And if you're in Miami, apparently, if you're not a quarterback, you're not an edge rusher, you're not a wide receiver, then you just don't get paid. I am so over this, and it's went on for years. Get in front of it. Don't get me wrong. There's some where you go, okay, I get it. You can't pay that person. For Christian Wilkins, for example, I get it. He wanted mega bucks. The Dolphins did make him an offer the year before his contract was up, and he ended up getting mega bucks. And no, I don't think he was worth what he wanted, and I certainly don't believe he was worth what he got paid. Injury regardless. Not because he got injured last year, but because I don't think he warranted, that big of a contract. But the people that want to stay, the people that want to be a part of this team, Andrew Van Ginkel would have took a pay cut to stay in Miami. Everybody loved him. Guy, I mean, literally all heart on the football field. I mean, forget about, this goes back into that whole, forget about stats, forget about speed, strength. No, this dude was everywhere. Played his butt off. And when you seen it, when you watched a Dolphins game on defense, you seen him running around making plays. And he actually wanted to stay in Miami for less money, but not Greer, not the Dolphins. Let's let him go to Minnesota, where he becomes a superstar and makes the Pro Bowl and is helping that defense so much in Minnesota. Who else? Robert Hunt. Now, don't get me wrong. Before we get started on Robert Hunt, do I think we should have paid him what Carolina paid him? No, absolutely not. But we could have got in front of it. If they would have gave him a contract extension the year before, I think we would have got him for a real good dollar amount. Okay, we may have had to have overpaid a little bit, but not like the, I think, what was it, like $20 million he got? We wouldn't have had to pay like that. But get in front of it. At least, and he had a really good year for us. He was a solid guard on that side. And our offensive line on the right side, as soon as he was gone, fell apart. Is that not telling enough for you? Let's keep going. Now, Javon Holland, okay, bad example. I will say I hate that Javon Holland left. But the fact that he didn't get the money that he thought he was going to get in free agency, because he did not play well last year. So that one, that's kind of on Javon. We offered him a contract. He didn't want it. He thought he was worth a lot more, but he didn't even get that in free agency, and ended up, I can't remember. I think what did he sign for? 12 or 13 million? I don't know. I would have to look it up. Sorry. I'm not a numbers guy. So I just have to look that stuff up. But you can go all the way back. What you got, Jalen Ramsey, fine. He wants to be traded. The Dolphins are agreeing to trade him. That doesn't count. That's fine. We're just splitting hairs. Jalen is going to go somewhere, probably Monday. And we'll get some cap room off of that. And then, but it goes all the way back. Go back to Jarvis Landry. Broke the receiving record for us. Most receptions in a season. Did we extend him? Did we commend him? Did we pay him? Nope. Let's let him go. Send him to Cleveland. I don't understand. And then we'll turn right around and pay, like, what was it, $2 million? Gotta look at my notes. $2 million to Liam Eichenberg, who has trouble blocking a wet paper sack. There's your money for Juno. And don't get me wrong, I'm fine with them bringing him back. I do think they overpaid him. And they obviously see something that I don't see, and going from what I've saw, that our fan base doesn't see as well. Because he's getting pushed back 5 yards every play. Okay, every other play. I'm not going to... But that's okay. And we'll bring in these guys for $1 million here, $1 million there. Yes, we're bringing these guys in cheap. There's a reason they're cheap. And you can take that money and put it on some of these players. They're not asking that much, and they're good. But no, we're going to let them walk. We're going to trade them because we don't want to pay anybody. somebody explain it to me like I'm a 6-year-old kid. Because I don't get it. I am one of those. I love Tua. I absolutely love Tua. Do I think we should have paid him? No, I don't. I don't think we should have paid him. I think he should have played out that 5th-year contract. But if you look at it now, his contract is not. It's not that bad. Hopefully, he can bounce back this year. And when I say he, it really means the Dolphins. But Juno Smith became his safety blanket last year. And when Tua was in, Juno was rocking. And it was the first time that we stopped forcing the ball so much down the field. And Juno Smith was such a huge part. I get it. We did not make the playoffs last year. I'm sure people are going to be looking at me going, well, what did the Dolphins do? What did it do for the Dolphins? I'll tell you what it did for the Dolphins. It gave us a legitimate tight end for when Tua is in trouble, because God forbid our offensive line blocks anybody. So when Tua gets in trouble, he's got somebody that is dependable that he can get the ball down to. Every quarterback needs it. There is no better friend, other than maybe the running game, to a quarterback than a solid tight end. You had it. You have it. You still have it in Juno Smith. I mean, what are you going to go into the season? I can't even think of his name now, and I apologize. But Mike McDaniel's, pet tight end and I've heard so many great things about him, and I apologize, I cannot think of his name. But from teammates, they seem to love him, but every time he's on the field, it's a 10-yard penalty for holding. He's blocking the wrong guy. And you want to go into the season with that. Again, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe he's got to get out of his own head. Maybe he's a rock star and we don't know it. Or at least I don't know it. But I do know what a solid player that is working his butt off is, and Juno Smith is that. He's not gone yet. We haven't traded him yet. So I need to back up. Maybe this is just all a really bad dream. That's why I thought it was clickbait. But I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys. Tell me what you think. I don't get it anymore. I really was optimistic for this season. Lord knows why I was optimistic for this season, because the Dolphins have not given me any optimism in years. But I liked our draft picks. I liked what we seemed to be trying to put together. Our defensive backs, scary. Offensive line, especially depth, scary. But there's something about it, especially after I saw the schedule and looking at it, and you can go back and look at we could go so high or so low with this schedule, but there's winnable games on there. And if everybody stays healthy, then I think we have a shot. At least doing a little something. Because right now, as a Miami Dolphins fan, I just need something to hang my hat on. Do I think are they going to go to the Super Bowl? No, they're not going to go to the Super Bowl. They're not going to beat the Bills. They're not going to beat the Chiefs. They're not going to beat the Ravens. I'm not stupid. But could they beat the Bengals? Yeah, they could beat the Bengals. They beat the Steelers? Yeah, they could beat the Steelers. I mean, Broncos? Yeah, they could beat the Broncos. I mean, now can those teams beat them? Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's the whole point of, could they do it? Yeah, they could. They're not going to go into Buffalo and win. They're not going into Kansas City, and they're not going into Baltimore. And those are the three bullies of the AFC, and they're still the bullies of the AFC. Nothing has changed. It's still going to be one of those three teams in the Super Bowl this year for the AFC. Everybody else is going to be on the outside looking in. But it's still, a lot of people feel like if you don't go to the Super Bowl, then the season was a waste. And no, it's not, because we're in a halfway rebuilding stage. And the next couple of years is going to decide, are we still going to have our quarterback? Are we still going to have our head coach? Are we still going to have our GM? Are we still going to have some of these solid players, Waddle, Achane? Are we still going to have those players in a couple of years? I don't know. Waddle's got a shot. I mean, at least he got a good contract because, well, he's a wide receiver. That's what Miami does. Although, go back and look, you know, I was just talking about how they didn't pay Jarvis Landry. Maybe it's the fact that Jalen didn't really break any records, so therefore we can pay him. Jarvis broke records for the Dolphins, so we got to get rid of him. Juno Smith, you broke records, so you got to go. We got to trade you. I'm sorry. I'm ranting. I'm annoyed. And a lot of people are going to be on here. Well, it's a tight end. It's Juno Smith. It's not the point that it's Juno Smith. It's the point that when you perform in Miami, when you care about the team and you want to be there and be a part of what is going on, for some reason they decide they don't want you no more. So it's understandable why we've been mediocre or worse, but no better than mediocre in 2 decades. And until you make real changes and you start understanding heart, because all these players I've mentioned, they're heart. Robert Hunt, all heart. I mean, if you just go back and look at the play that never, it was a penalty, but look at his non-touchdown run. Dude is all heart. Andrew Van Ginkel, all heart. And Juno Smith, when you look, yeah, he got a lot of opportunities with us last year to break those records. But you saw the heart with every run, every catch, everything he done. He laid it on the line. But let's not reward him. On that note, I'm going to exit. I do have a video I'm fixing to try and get out. I kind of bypassed it once I heard the news about Juno Smith, because it pisses me off, and I don't understand, and nobody's really explaining it to me very well. But I am we got OTAs going on. They're actually off today. As of, this is Thursday. I think they're back tomorrow. They've already had 2 days of OTAs, and I don't do videos on OTAs because there's not a lot to talk about, and there's plenty of coverage out there. You can go different places and check out OTAs. What I am going to talk about in future video, upcoming video, is going to be some of the people that some of the real matchups, especially at corner. Obviously, we're going to have Hopefully we'll bring some more in, but we'll see what's going on there. But we'll talk about OTAs a little bit. I'll try to be a little calmer. But Juno Smith should have a contract extension. Zach Sealer, there's another Hart player. Give him a contract extension. A guy that wants to be here and plays his ass off for you. The people that you can really see play with heart, and you can really see that they care about this football team, because there's plenty that don't. There's plenty that quit in the fourth quarter. If you know, you know. But Juno Smith wasn't one of those. Zach Sealer is not one of those. We can't keep going on rewarding quitters and not paying people that care. Pay Juno. Don't trade him, please. Now, that being said, I am going to say this. If Pittsburgh is offering something like we got for Jeremy Townsend, then I will come on here and apologize and say I don't know anything. Because, yeah, if it's some masterful draft trilogy of picks, is what it is. I get it. Then I understand. Then that 6-year-old kid can say, "Hey, love you, Juno, but yeah, if they're gonna break the bank and we can get this many draft picks or whatever, then I'll come on here and I will apologize." But no. Ramsey, I understand why we're trading him. He doesn't want to be here. We're not going in the direction he wants to go, understandably so. But Juno Smith wants to be here. And a guy that just broke every tight end record in Dolphins history should be paid. And he's not even asking, it's not a ridiculous amount that he's asking to stay in Miami. Stupid. Very stupid. But guys, unlike the Miami Dolphins front office, go out and make good decisions. And somehow, some way, ends up